Hello, I'm Callie, if you guys know that. Coming to you live from San Francisco. This is my assignment for final process book. Here we go. These were my mood board and references for the first piece. Once again, I did the G700 interior. This one was really difficult for me to do perspective-wise. I definitely struggled in the beginning, and that definitely comes through at the end where I was unable to completely finish it and get the textures done, but I was able to UV it. There's this my final reference photo that I chose for this, the Maya wireframe, which I did go back after this project was over and clean up these windows and this wall a little bit to make it a little bit more inset so the windows could look like they were actually part of the plane. It's the shaded display, it has the crazy UV mapper, and then the Maya renders, the Unreal shots as well. I will probably come back to this after this class is over and after this crazy week is over, and texture this all so I can get it into my portfolio. Um, Here's a third Unreal screenshot. And then moving on to my second project that we did, the landing gear. Oh boy, wow. A lot of teeny tiny pieces. You don't really realize how much goes into these things. But very much I struggled with the topology of this project, and making sure it was fitting within the budget. You'll find that at the very end with my other piece as well. Um, but that was my final reference for this. This was my original block out without the sub D. There's the smooth preview on, and that's what that crazy mesh looked like at, I'm thinking that's 2 sub D. Um, and then this is what the actual topology ended up looking like. And then that's with the UV mapper and the texture and the vertex painting. And then here are some Maya renders with Fong on them. And then here is the Unreal renders. I was able to get back to this one and texture it because it was part of the final and third project. Um, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think if I could go back, I would add some more edgeware and a few things that kind of make it a little bit more, like you can see it on the top, especially at this little handle thing that's kind of got this broken up edges on the side that I wish kind of came through with the panel a bit more. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. And then moving on to my third project, doing the G700, which I thought when going in, plain cylinder, not that difficult, but the windows definitely proved to be a challenge. Um, and I'd say if I were to go back and fix a few things, I'd definitely get this bend of the wing a bit more. I think I understood how that looked and how that worked at the very end of this project. But I do feel like I understand sub D a lot more after this course altogether. Um, and these are the like close-up references for it. My blueprints, I ended up using the 15 blueprint the most to build it because it was just the most detailed and had the most angles so I could get the perspective just right. Um, and here's some engine stuff. These are my original blockout modeling and then a little bit of the smooth preview applied. Um, Once again, that was current progress at the time. Um, More progress. And then here is what that final geometry did end up looking like. I was over the budget, but the actual plane itself is only about 16,000 tries. Really, what puts it over is the landing gear, which I got down as much as possible. But after a while, you just really start to lose the shape and some of that natural look that you have to have with the smoothness of the landing gear. And then those are the UVs as well. Here is it with the UV mapper applied to it. Originally, I didn't plan to set the windows on a different texture set, and I was not retopologizing very well in the first part, and I became aware of how important that was moving on. Um, I was able to get that done finally, and then here is what the plane looks like in Engine. Um, I'd like to go back and fix some of the lighting for sure on this project, and I'm not completely happy with the way the still renders came out on the tarmac. But and also I wasn't entirely sure what the 1x 4x UV thing was. So I could if I could get a little bit more detailed information on that, that would be great because I'm definitely seeing that like the textile density on the plane is getting a little bit blocky when you get close, and it's just the sheer size of it. But I'd like to add a little bit more wear and tear to the plane. It definitely looks very new at the moment, but I'd like to continue iterating on this as I move forward. But yeah, these are my projects, and I quite enjoyed this class. I feel like I learned so much about sub D and how to make my just push my models a little bit above and beyond. Yeah, thank you. I hope that was recording.